Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be going over converting the factory intake manifold IAT sensor to a OEM Honda IAT sensor in the charge pipe. Now this sensor comes off of the 97 to 01 B series Honda CRV, and the pigtail, you could find it with the sensor, or you can use the fan switch or the power steering pressure sensor pigtail. They're all the same thing. So you can see here I'm just taking the new bung, measuring it, use a little punch to mark where I'm going to drill it. After it's drilled, test fitting the new bung, and then TIG welding it. So here's the finished product, a little quick and dirty aluminum TIG weld, and then next I decided to extend the harness for the IAT so that it could reach both the intake manifold and the charge pipe. Now that it's all wired up, I'm going to go over to the Hondata. You can see that the car is cold. I'm just going to let it warm up and get you a reading on the temperature between the charge pipe and the intake manifold while the engine is still cold. So the car is warmed up, turn the key off. You can see the temperature is at 78 degrees. But once I put the key back on, it'll read the new temperature after it's been sitting. And you can see it's actually heat soaked. So I'm going to go ahead and go from intake manifold to charge pipe and then reconnect the ECU so you can see the difference in the temperature. So after struggling with trying to connect it with one hand, you can see that it's now on the charge pipe, and we're going to go back into the car. It did give me a check engine light since the sensor was disconnected, but once I clear the check engine light, it'll read the correct readings and basically swap over to the charge pipe reading. As you can see, it was in the 120s, and then it swapped down to the 80s. Now, the good thing about having a more consistent IAT reading is that you can basically tune the car to compensate for the changes in air temperature between like fall, summer, spring, and make the tune stay more consistent than having to fight with a heat-soaked sensor. So another little project that I did a couple weeks ago on the Del Sol was rebuilding the Holset HX40 that I have on it. Now this turbo, I've had it on the car since January of 2017. It's been on 2 engines, and it's definitely a little hurt, as you can see, with all the oil on the compressor side and on the exhaust housing. So this is a Turbo Lab HX40, and they do happen to sell a rebuild kit, so I decided to order their kit and literally just went step by step on their rebuild video. I've never done it before. I figured I'll try it out. It's a $60 kit, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, well, the turbo's been on the car long enough that it doesn't owe me a thing. Now, the only thing that I did notice that looked a little different between the new parts and the old parts were, in the previous clip, the piston rings, as they call them. The ones that were in the turbo didn't have the 2 little tangs that basically close up when you install them, and the new ones did. So not sure if that was the cause of the oil, or maybe it was just a different supplier or something, but put it all back together and there's no leaks. It makes boost, so it seems like it's going to be good for the foreseeable future.